Hey everyone, what is going on? So I have another video for you today, and these are battles that I did on stream, and the team is going to be Nidoqueen Double Dark. So I did get inspiration from Yonkers. He did release a video of this team. Now, Poison Double Dark is nothing new, right? But I still decided, it got a buff this season technically because Nidoqueen got a buff, right? So it's not as good as it once was, but you know, it's decent now, so I decided to give it a try, and it worked out pretty well. I did do some good climbing. Now my opponent brings in Regirock. I'm going to go ahead and respond with my Scrafty. Now this is good for me. I mean, I will have to shield one of the attacks coming in from this Regirock. I'm going to go ahead and let this one go, and it happens to be the Zap Cannon, so that is a good call by me. I do get debuffed, but that's fine. I'm going to have to shield anyway, so I'm going to just go ahead and ramp up my attack with Power Up Punch. And yeah, as I said, I will I will be able to farm down, but I will have to shield, and I'm gonna go ahead and shield just this because Focus Blast, even a Zap Cannon at this point, probably will KO me. Zap Cannon would be close, but either way, it is a Focus Blast, so I do shield. I come out with a lot of energy. The Haxorus is coming in right now. I do go for this Power Up Punch. And I actually pick up the shield. I was not expecting the shield, but I'll take that. I get off another Power Up Punch right now. So this is going to get it low, and okay, they don't get to another attack, which is really good for me. Out comes the Alolan Sandslash, and I bring in my Obstagoon, and that is going to be a good game. So my opponent was double weak to counter in the back, and I have double counter uses. Okay, moving on. I know this game, so it's my Nidoqueen into Scrafty. Okay, so generally, I mean, this is a good matchup, right? I do win this matchup. Yeah, I mean, Scrafty can get me pretty low with 2 foul plays, but I still win this matchup, so I'm going to go ahead and just go for the Poison Fang. And, you know, my opponent is going to go ahead and get off in attack right now. As expected, it's going to be that foul play, that's fine. So I think I'm trying to get to the Earth Power. My opponent, unfortunately, will make it to the foul play first, so I'll just let this one go. And I'm going to overfarm. And I go for the Poison Fang now because this is going to be enough to KO. So Poison Fang will pick up the knockout. And out comes Tapu Fini, and I can't get off the Poison Fang. Now, I back out prematurely. I could have brought in the Scrafty, and I could have actually like double shielded and counted Power Punched all the way down. Now, it would have still been a difficult matchup for me, right? Because my opponent still had a Pokemon in the back, and I would have been down shields. But I definitely backed out prematurely, and that's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, that's okay. It happens to all of us. I'm sure we've all done it. Maybe not, but I definitely did it there. I still had play. I just saw the fading, and I'm like, I was thinking like, there's no way he's going to allow a gunk shot to go off. So I was thinking of the Obstagoon at the time. I had play, as I said, backed out prematurely, but it is what it is. Good game nonetheless. And just learn from it, and the next time that happens, I'll try the Scrafty Power Punch counter, and we'll see what happens there. Because again, as I said, there's no way I would have landed a gunk shot with my Obstagoon. But anyway, good game. So right now we have this Giratina on my Obstagoon, and my opponent's just going to go ahead and concede that game, so I'm going to be able to take that one. Now, a Dragon Breath Giratina would be difficult. You could actually flip that matchup with Giratina against Scrafty or Obstagoon. Okay, looking pretty good. Leaf Blade is neutral if my opponent does have Leaf Blade, and I assume they do because they are throwing an attack. I've been seeing more and more Leaf Blade Virizions this season compared to previous seasons, so I do take neutral damage. This is still a great matchup for me, but you know, at least they could fight back with neutral damage, right? But actually, the switch into Magnezone. So once I saw this switch come in, I was anticipating the Home Slice Henry team with double electric with Ampharos in the back. So just going to go ahead and go for the foul play because I knew it would be enough to KO, and I didn't anticipate the shield. Out comes the Virizion. Going to go ahead and do as much damage as I can. Again, expecting that Ampharos. It might not be, but that's what I'm expecting, right? So Virizion is going to be able to get off an attack right now. So it's going to be Sacred Sword and another attack coming in. It's going to be enough to KO me, but that is totally fine. Just going to let this Scrafty go. So I could bring in, I think I bring in Nidoqueen to farm down. Yeah, I do bring in the Nidoqueen, but my opponent actually switches into the Ampharos. So I do go for the Poison Fang right here. And Poison Fang is going to not connect because they do shield it. And I'm going to go ahead and go for the catch. Now, it could technically be a Focus Blast, but because I caught it, I'm assuming it's a Brutal Swing, and it is. There's no way you go for Focus Blast if you have it against the Nidoqueen. So I'm going to go ahead and go for this Night Slash right now. And I do pick up the shield, very nice. And I'm going to go ahead and shield this attack, expecting another Brutal Swing. Actually, no, never mind, I let it go. It's actually a Zap Cannon. Never mind, I let that go and I farmed down with the Nidoqueen. Yeah, I guess I knew, like, even if it did KO, which it did, I was feeling confident with the Nidoqueen. Good game. Let's go ahead and move into the next battle. Nidoqueen into Virizion. Another Virizion. Is it the double electric team as well? Only time will tell. No, it's not. Out comes a Wolverine. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Scrafty right now. Good matchup for me. Of course, the Scrafty or the Obstagoon looking really good against the Wolverine. So I'm going to go ahead and go for that attack. The Wolverine is going to go ahead and go for an attack as well. What is it going to be? It's going to be the Earthquake. Not enough to KO me. So I can go for this Power Punch, and this will pick up the knockout or pick up the shield, but I don't expect them to shield at this point in time, and they let it go. Yep, out comes that Virizion. My opponent wants to double kick down. I cannot make it to the foul play. I was seeing if I could, but I cannot. I know it's resisted, but still, I would do more than the Power Punch, but I couldn't make it, so I go for the Power Punch. Definitely, obviously, going to bring in the Nidoqueen after I wait out the switch timer, and the Virizion is going to go ahead and go for an attack right now. Another one that has a Leaf Blade. Out comes Sand Slash, another Alolan Sand Slash in the bag. Great matchup for me. I can't speak. No reason to shield this Alolan Sand Slash. I'm just going to go for the Fawn Down. I'm actually going to go for the Gunk Shot against the Virizion. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Because I know, like, they know what I have in the bag. Are they really going to want to shield it? Right, that's what I'm thinking. Are they really going to want to shield it? So I go for the Gunk Shot, and as Ionic would say, boom! Okay, goodbye Virizion. I didn't think they would shield it. That was going to be a good game no matter what, even if I didn't land it. Let's go ahead and move into the next one. I've battled this trainer so many times. We do see the Pidgeot. Okay, I'll take the Pidgeot. It's better than seeing it on my Scrafty. So I will take this one and immediately go for my Poison Fang attack right now. No shield expected, right? And no shield received, so an attack coming in. I do go ahead and shield this one, and I do call the Brave Bird, so that's good. And out comes Cobalion. So interesting. This is actually good for me because I do resist all the moves that Cobalion has. So it was a little bit okay. I mean, a little bit interesting that they brought Cobalion in, but I guess Cobalion, if it shields the Earth Power, it does get off multiple attacks. They actually go for Stone Edge. Stone Edge and Sacred Sword are both resisted. So I'm going to go ahead and go for my Earth Power right now. And, at this point, honestly, I'm not even worried about Switch. Yes, they could align the Pidgeot on my Scrafty. But honestly, I'm not even too concerned about it. I am hit with the Sacred Sword. But I'm going to be able to get off a Power Punch. I'm just going to let them take out my Nidoqueen. I'm going to take Shield Advantage. Because I'm still doing neutral damage towards that Pidgeot, right? So that was my thought process at least. So I'm going to go ahead and just let them take me out. Bring in Scrafty. Unfortunately, my opponent has another one. But that's fine. I can go ahead and let this one go. And I know the Pidgeot's going to come back in, but I actually don't have Shield Advantage. I don't know why I thought I had Shield Advantage. That's right. I shielded the Brave Bird. But I'm going to be able to get off this Power Punch. And I'm just going to rely on Obstagoon and hope Obstagoon can win against whatever's in the back. That's basically what I'm going to do. But my opponent actually throws the Feather Dance, which allows me to farm down into Swamp. And I'm going to go ahead and save that so I can reset the debuff, right? I want to reset the Feather Dance debuff and bring in my Obstagoon. And now I'm looking pretty good here because I do have a Foul Play loaded in the back. And Swampert is going to go ahead and throw an attack, and I do call the Earthquake, so I do go ahead and shield this one up, and it is in fact the Earthquake, so that is definitely going to seal the deal for me. I do get off this Night Slash attack. See what my opponent wants to do. My opponent is going to go ahead and let it go and just concede, so that's going to be a good game, very well played to my opponent there. Alright, let's go ahead and move into the next battle. Nidoqueen into Regirock. Okay, I do resist all these attacks. I was thinking of the attack. Oh, I don't resist Earthquake, but I resist Stone Edge, Zap Cannon, Focus Blast, and I was assuming they had all one of those. They definitely have Stone Edge, and it could be Zap Cannon, it could be Focus Blast. Anyway, Mandibuzz is coming in. Now, obviously I'm not going to bring in the Scrafty here. I could have stayed in with the Nidoqueen because the backline is still going to do well, right? Against that Regirock, right? The whole team generally does well against it, but the backline is weak to Focus Blast if they are in fact running Focus Blast. So that's why I switched out. I'm assuming there's no Earthquake on that Regirock because my opponent switched. And my opponent will get off another attack. I actually am. I would. Okay, so I would prefer. Gonna throw the gunk here. I would prefer getting shield advantage than switch advantage because I know what I have in the back. And my opponent actually shields. Now, I did not expect the shield, to be honest. And my opponent does throw. Just gonna let it go. I could take shield advantage, switch advantage if I wanted to. I don't think it's necessary. I'm just gonna take that shield advantage and fun down with Nidoqueen. I think that's the better way to go. And that's exactly what I do. So we'll see what decides to come in. Going to be Giratina. So what I'm going to do is throw the Earth Power and then switch into my Scrafty. Of course, Nidoqueen, not really a fan of Giratina, but I think it's okay because is my opponent really going to want to switch in to the Regirock on this Scrafty? Maybe. Maybe they will. So let's see. No, my opponent's still staying in. Going to go ahead and throw this attack right now into the Scrafty. That's fine. And I do go ahead and get off this foul play. And this foul play, is it going to pick up the shield? It is not. So now I'm looking really good. I'm going to go ahead and let this go. It's not like they could lock on me down. So I still let this attack go. And I'm going to go for the fun down, but my opponent actually switches right now into the Regirock. And I just go for the power. I could just power punch, counter my way through this Regirock, right? And my opponent realizes that and concedes. I still have 2 shields. Good game. Well played to my opponent. And I'm going to be able to win that one. Very nice indeed. Let's go ahead and move into the next battle. Nidoqueen into Clefable. Oh, the dream lead. The dream lead. Let's go. So out comes Giratina. So I'm going to go ahead and respond with Obstagoon. So if my opponent had Dragon Breath, they could actually win this matchup. Luckily for me, my opponent did not. But I guess instead of immediately switching when I see the Giratina, I guess I could wait and see. And then if they do have Dragon Breath, maybe throw an Earth Power and then switch or something, because obviously I need to win Switch. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I absolutely need, even if I had to invest both shields, I need to win Switch. I cannot have my Scrafty on that Clefable at all. So my opponent is going to go ahead and go for an attack. It's going to be a Dragon Claw, that's fine. I'm definitely going to be able to win this matchup. I'm triple resisting the Shadow Claw damage, right? Out comes another Dragon Claw. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and throw, and was hoping maybe I could get to a gunk shot. Maybe they're going to go for the farm down with the Clefable. That's what I'm thinking, so I'm going to go ahead and go for it, because they're not going to be able to get the farm down before I get the gunk shot. So I do get the gunk shot off. They are going for that farm down. I'm expecting this to land because they know I have Nidoqueen. And it does land, let's go. It doesn't KO, but it lands. Holy cow, the switch into Deoxys. Nice snipe by my opponent, but I'm looking really good in this situation. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Nidoqueen right now. Of course, the Psycho Boost is something I do have to watch out for, and that Clefable is loaded. So one attack into my Scrafty is going to be really, really dangerous. Now, I actually do make a mistake, believe it or not. So we'll talk about that mistake as we get to it. And my opponent will throw an attack. I do shield this one. This is not the mistake. It is a Psycho Boost. Even if it wasn't, even if it was a Rock Slide, I think that's a fine thing to do. I'm actually going to go ahead and switch immediately because I expect it. Well, yeah, I go ahead and switch immediately. And Clefable is coming in. This is the mistake. I don't shield this. Now, I know the Moonblast is going to KO. I feel like I should have shielded that and counted down because they would have had a difficult time beating me with the Deoxys into my Scrafty, right? So I think I should have shielded that. It doesn't, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because my opponent gets off an attack. I do go ahead and shield this one, and it's going to be a Rock Slide, so that's a good play by my opponent. Now the next Psycho Boost won't be debuffed, right? So that's fine. I do get off my Poison Fang and it KOs. But if it didn't KO and they got off the Psycho Boost, I think I live that anyway, but I'm not 100% sure. In the Ultra League, I think I do. But the Scrafty, I think having the Scrafty alive, I don't know. Unless if they got to another Moonblast with Clefable against my Scrafty, it's hard to say. But either way, still able to take that. I don't know if it was a mistake or not. But either way, I do go ahead and shield this Blast Burn. And I think I bait here because Charizard's really flimsy. Yeah, I do go ahead and bait. So I'm like, maybe if they're predicting the Double Dog team, they've seen the Yonkers video, they'll think that I'm going for the Gunk Shot. And they do go ahead and shield that Night Slash. So now what I'm going to do is let this go. It's a Dragon Claw. I expected the Blast Burn. And now I can go ahead and go for the Gunk Shot. Maybe they'll think I don't have Gunk Shot. and they won't shield it. And boom! Let's go, Zionic! You love to say... I don't know why I just said Zionic's name. Probably because I'm booming. That's his job. But either way, it ended up working out great for me because now I have... We're even on shields, and I don't have to have the Nidoqueen on this Swampert. Obviously, I don't know what's in the bag, but I do know that Swampert is going to avoid the Swampert. Unfortunately, they do throw the Hydro, and they actually make a good catch on Registeel. So, good catch by my opponent, but I'm going to go ahead and switch. Now, I do resist every move Registeel has besides Flash Cannon, but I don't expect the Flash Cannon. I've battled it a couple times, not this season, but I have seen it. But we're not going to see it now. I can take multiple attacks from this Registeel. Yes, Registeel is resisting Poison Jab, but that is okay because I can get to this Earth Power, which will do so much damage. Let's get it. So Registeel is going to go ahead and go for this attack right now. Now the Focus Blast, that's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Earth Power. They probably think I'm going to go for the Poison Fang. I didn't think Poison Fang would KO. It wouldn't KO, actually. So out comes Swampert. Go for another Poison Fang. You love to see it. So that Poison Fang will pick up the shield, and I switch into Scrafty. My opponent is going to go ahead and throw an attack. This game actually got very, very scary. It's going to be the Hydro Cannon, and they get off another one, which will be enough to KO me. So, oh my gosh. Okay, so I thought I lost at this point. I bring in the Nidoqueen, like they're going to be able to farm me down. I farmed them down with 1 HP with Poison Jab. Yes, they were debuffed, but holy smokes, can't believe I was able to win that one. And that was a tough lead for me. Swampert's obviously a very difficult lead. Anyway, good games to all my opponents. I'm going to continue to play, obviously. We'll see how we continue to climb, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.